and I give the floor to the representative of Israel.
Thank you, Madam President. First, I would like to thank USG De Carlo and the representatives from the EU and Slovenia for their remarks. To my colleague, the ambassador of Iran, I advise you, instead of giving advice to the Council how to conduct its affairs, to comply with the resolution of the Security Council, so we don't have to come back here almost every day and discuss the violations of Iran. Madam President, since launching Operation Rising Lion, Israel has worked to remove a double existential threat from both the nuclear threat and ballistic missiles. The IDF achieved complete air superiority over Tehran, struck a severe blow to the military leadership, and destroyed dozens of key regime targets. Our forces achieved the objectives of our operation in removing these threats. In full coordination with President Trump, Israel has agreed to the President's proposal for a ceasefire. We thank the United States for its support and critical role in removing the Iranian nuclear threat. Last night, the Iranian regime fired missiles at our civilian population. 4 innocent civilians were murdered in Beersheba. Their tragic deaths are a reminder of the evil we dealt with, a regime that could not restrain its hatred. Israel is a peaceful nation. We pray for peace 3 times a day. But make no mistake, we will respond forcefully to any violation of the ceasefire and any threat facing our people. I have no doubt that the leadership and the determination Israel displayed will allow the Abraham Accords to expand and bring other nations into the fold of normalization. Madam President, if there were a Nobel Prize for deception, the Iranian regime would win it every single year. It has broken every commitment it has ever made. There is no reason to believe this deception will not continue. Let's walk through the facts. In July 2015, this Council endorsed the JCPOA. Iran supposedly agreed to many conditions, restricting its enrichment, reducing its stockpile, and opening its facilities for inspection. In return, it was granted sanctions relief and global legitimacy. But even then, Iran was already building its exit strategy. By July 2019, Iran had already breached the 300-kilogram limit on enriched uranium. In January 2021, it resumed enrichment to 20%, more than 5 times the agreed limit. In April of that same year, it crossed into truly dangerous territory, enriching uranium to 60%. This is a level with no civilian application. In June 2022, Iran removed the IAEA's surveillance cameras and monitoring equipment, attempting to eliminate all oversight. Today, the IAEA is completely blind. As of May 2025, Iran's enriched uranium stockpile stands at over 9,000 kilograms. This includes more than 400 kilograms enriched to 60%. The IAEA has confirmed it can no longer verify the extent of Iran's program. For years, the international community spoke of Resolution 2231 and the JCPOA as a framework for peace. But for Iran, it was a framework for deception. While the diplomats and politicians talked, Iran built. While you negotiated, they enriched. While you hoped, they lied. Today, the regime in Tehran stands completely exposed as a regime that has weaponized every opportunity you gave it. Iran did not abandon its commitments last week or last month. It walked away from its obligations years ago, if it ever kept to them at all. It has been violating this resolution with impunity for as long as it existed. This Council just refused to see it. We all know that Iran's level of enrichment has no civilian usage. It's a fact. The Council doesn't need a nuclear scientist to understand what that means. The international community now knows what Israel has known for a long time. Iran was working on the key elements for a nuclear bomb in hidden facilities protected from international view. These were facilities like Fordo, originally built for 90% enrichment and hidden from the IAEA. Iran engaged in systematic, calculated assault on every safeguard this council claimed would prevent them from attaining a bomb. Colleagues, Israel has been warning you for years. We warned you when Iran crossed the enrichment threshold. We warned you when it denied IAEA inspectors access. We warned you when it spanned lies at the negotiating table. Many of you refused to listen. You held onto the illusion that diplomacy was working. You convinced yourselves that silence was stability. You told yourselves that time was on your side. It wasn't. Iran used diplomacy as cover. It used this council caution as protection. It used Resolution 2231 as protection while it built its dangerous arsenal. For years, what was Iran met with? Statements, concern, condemnations, but without consequences. Israel did what responsible nations must do when faced with extermination. We took action. We moved to dismantle what the world had allowed to grow unchecked. Madam President, this council was built to uphold international law, not to be exploited by those who trample it. Today, as we speak, Iran remains untouched by consequences from the broader international community. The same Iran that refused IAEA inspections, the same Iran that enriched uranium to weapons-grade levels, the same Iran that used its seat at the table to delay, deceive, and arm itself. Madam President, there is still time to take meaningful and decisive action to ensure that the threat of a nuclear Iran does not return stronger than before. The international community must reassert its authority. It must remain vigilant. It must reimpose the measures necessary to deny Iran the tools of destruction. It must do so before the clock runs out. We are often told that diplomacy must be given a chance. It was given every chance, every round, every channel, every deadline, but so far it has failed. The regime in Tehran never had any intention of complying. Colleagues, you know who you are dealing with. You are not engaging with a regime that negotiates in good faith. You are dealing with the masters of lies, deceit, and delay. You have seen how they respond to your usual approach. So I urge you, take a different approach. Israel has done its part. The United States has done its part. Now the world must do its part. Thank you, Madam President.